Okay, guys, this presentation is angles of a triangle on page 170. So we just covered classification of triangles according to their sides. Now we're going to take a look at classification of triangles according to their angles. And then the next video will show classification according to both the angles and the sides. So we're going to start with our measuring angle. All right, and we want to show the children and remind them of our measuring angle. Our measuring angle is really the corner of a square, and it's a 90-degree angle. And we want to start with getting an orange and a red stick. An orange and a red. All right, and I already have it formed here, but I'm going to take this apart real quick. All right, so we have an orange and a red, which we've joined together. And we're going to use the measuring angle to make sure that we have a right triangle. So here's my orange and red. I've joined them together. And I am going to use my measuring angle and make sure that I have a right angle there. And then I'm going to take the black stick and attach that. And I'm going to call this a right triangle because it has a right angle. All right. A right triangle because it has a right angle right there. All right. So that is a right triangle. And next we are going to grab two green sticks, and that's not the one I want. All right, I'm just going to use this one for a minute. I have two green sticks, and I'm going to start by making these a right angle. Here's my right angle, and I'm going to show that I would like to make a smaller angle than a right angle. So I'm going to make a smaller one till I get to the length of a pink stick, which is right there. All right, so I'm going to make this triangle, and I'm going to call. You want to remind your children that an angle smaller than a right angle is called an acute angle, or as they learned in primary, a cute little triangle. Okay, that's how they can remember it. So here we have an acute triangle because it has that acute angle. And finally, I would like to grab a red and a black right here. I'm going to detach this. See what happened, guys? The reason I'm detaching things is because I already recorded this. I thought I recorded it, but actually I never hit the record button. So here we're doing it again. Okay, so I'm going to use my measuring angle to make sure that this is a right angle. And then I'm going to go larger than a right angle until my pink just fits. And I'm going to join these, and this gets joined to this. Okay, and here we have our obtuse triangle. Okay, make sure you can see that. And we'll get a label out, obtuse triangle. Okay, then you can hand out the definition cards and have the children read them and match them to the right triangle. That's that. Move this up a little bit. And here's my acute triangle. And here's my obtuse. Now, something I want to point out to you, actually, the final step would be the third part of the lesson. Okay, and it's, you know, what is this? What is this? What is this? And here's my obtuse. Here's my right. Can't really see him. Okay. All right. What I did want to say, however, is that you're going to see some lessons a little further on in the album, which I'm not going to go over on this video. They're very self-evident. But what they point out to the child is that a right triangle has to have exactly one right angle in order to be a right triangle. If you think about it, if you have more than one right angle, you don't have a triangle, right? You're heading towards a square or a rectangle. An obtuse triangle has to have exactly one obtuse angle to be an obtuse triangle. For the same reason, if you have more than one obtuse triangle, then you no longer have a triangle. I mean, if you have more than one obtuse angle, you no longer have a triangle, right? You're going to end up with some other kind of polygon. And the feature of an acute triangle is that all three angles are acute in order to be an acute triangle. All right, so all equilateral triangles are acute triangles. All right, and I think that is all for this lesson.